Hi guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on your beautiful location, guys. How are you all doing, my people? Oftentimes we wives, yes, we always complain that our mother-in-laws aren't treating us well. Yes. In most cases, you find out that daughters-in-laws and their mother-in-laws aren't going well. Like they are not usually in good times. It's either daughter-in-law is fighting mother-in-law or mother-in-law is fighting daughter-in-law. Do you understand? Like this thing is very common. It's very common. Most families, mother-in-laws and daughter-in-laws, they are not usually in good times. Do you understand? But this case came to my table last night and I said no, that I must speak about it. There is something I want to let us know. Remember, the way you treat your mother-in-law is exactly the kind of treatment you're going to be receiving when you become a mother-in-law. It's as simple as that. Do you understand? I am not trying to dispute the fact that some mother-in-laws are actually very difficult. I don't want to use a wrong word. Yes, if I should say it in my language to avoid Facebook, do you understand? Some mother-in-laws are actually ekwensu. As the same thing is applicable to some daughters-in-laws. There are some daughter-in-law that is actually, in fact, ekwe nsu nke, like, do you understand? But then there is something also I want to let you know. If your mother can offend you and then you forgive your mother, most times when your mother does something wrong to you, you don't even wait for her to apologize. You will on your own forgive your mother. You will be like, she's just an old woman, or she's still my mother still. Do you understand? But you find out that when your mother-in-law offends you, you hold back so much. You will, if you non tututa, you will be like, I will never forgive this woman. That is something I want to let you know. If you truly love your husband, you have to love your mother-in-law. There is no two ways about it. Remember that this woman is that the same woman that brought that man you're claiming you love into this world. If you truly, genuinely love your husband, you will love and respect your mother-in-law. Remember that your mother-in-law is that one person that your husband finds it difficult to choose when it comes to you and your mother-in-law. I know that some men out there would prefer their wife over their mother, or would choose their wife over their mother. But most men out there, this kind of choosing is a very difficult task for them, for most men out there. If you stand a wife and a mother and ask a man to choose, it's usually a very difficult task. What does that say? This simply means that their mother is also special to them, in as much as their wives are very special to them. And mind you that when you respect your mother-in-law, it increases the love your husband has for you. Do you think your husband doesn't notice all those wrong deeds that your mother-in-law is doing to you? But most times he chose not to speak. Most times he will choose just to come to you quietly and apologize on behalf of his mother. This is because his mother is his mother. There is no two ways about it. You can never change him, or you can never change her from being his mother. Do you understand? Remember that you yourself, you usually fight with your mother. If you have, okay, how many women here will beat their chest and say that I have never fought with my mom? Or how many of you will be like, when my mother came to my house, for those that have that has babies, maybe your mother came for omugo, your mother came to your house when you put to bed. On one or two occasions, you guys had misunderstanding. You fought, even if it's not during when she came for omugo, while you were still living with her before you got married. You, in one or two occasions, has fought with your mom. Do you understand? But after everything, you people reconcile whatever that transpired, and you go back to being mother and daughter. But when it comes to your mother-in-law, you will hold back and thereby trying to withdraw everything that your husband was doing for this woman. This one is no longer an ordinary fight. This is witchcraft. I'm telling you from the deepest part of my heart. Your mother-in-law should be treated the same way you treat your mom. Yes, if there is anything your mother-in-law has done to you, my sister, take it off your mind. Forgive her and move on. Do you understand? And this is the reason I always advise women. You see, marriage, any family you want to go into, and you find out that is either the mother does not love you, or the sisters, anybody doesn't love you, if majority of people from that family, especially his mother, doesn't like you, this woman keep on showing you attitude even before you were married. He keep on asking his son not to marry you. Like, he makes it very obvious that you are not welcome in this family. My sister, run, go. Ofonya dan why? Stop this stories of after I'm not getting married to my mother-in-law, is my husband that I'm getting. You are actually getting married to your mother-in-law. You are getting married to the whole family. Because at the end of it, you will find yourself fighting your way into these people's life, fighting your way into your mother-in-law's life, and that is where it becomes very difficult for you. Do you understand? So, and another thing again is that if you found out that while you were about to be married into this family, there was a kind of don't marry her, don't marry her, and you finally comes into this family, it is your duty to show this family that what they have been thinking about you is not who you are. It is your duty to show your mother-in-law that no, don't judge a book by its cover, because sometimes it's because of your appearance, sometimes it's because of your way of dressing. Do you understand? You might be somebody like me that love to put on short things. You might be somebody like me that is a hair flick. Do you understand? And then when they look at you, you know how our mothers behave. You know how African mothers behave. They don't want to see your character first. They want to see your appearance. Your appearance is what they start from when they judge you. So maybe your appearance says otherwise, and she will be like, this girl is too expensive, or this girl is too wide, this girl, I don't think this girl is good for my son. Every mother out there wants to protect their child. Even you, no matter how little your child is, you are protecting that child. Not to talk of when that child will grow to the age of getting married, you want to protect your child. So stop condemning these people simply because they are protecting their children. She is protecting her child. Your appearance says otherwise, and this woman was like, no, I don't think my child will marry you. And maybe finally, his son was able to convince her. Remember that even when they are being convinced, that doubt is still in their heart. It's not left for you to be able to convince her, like, no, mommy, in as much as I dress this way, in as much as I paint my hair red, it doesn't mean that my head is not calm. It's you that will try to show her that this is not what you are thinking, is not who I am. Look at who I am. And trust me, when you were able to convince this woman that you are not what she is thinking, she will fall in love, deep in love with you. Do you understand? You can never make a perfect wife when you are not in good times with your mother-in-law. Take care of your mother-in-law. Stop blocking their ways. If your husband is giving your mother-in-law 5,000 every month, and you found out that money your husband is giving your mother-in-law is too small, my sister, increase it. It is your duty, because whatever you do for your mother-in-law today is what your children will do for you tomorrow. You will become a mother-in-law tomorrow. Do you understand? Stop this discrimination of this person is my mother-in-law, this person is my mother. Yes, we understand that some mother-in-laws are very difficult. But sometimes, even when they are being difficult, because in so many families, your own mother is also difficult. Your mother is even difficult more than your mother-in-law. But then, you were able to endure your mother. You were able to take all the shit from your mother. But then, when it comes to your mother-in-law, it's another different issue. Do you understand? So, let's stop this thing. Learn how to treat your mother-in-law right. It's very, very necessary. And believe me that any man in your life that finds that regardless of how his mother is behaving, you were able to swallow some kind of thing, yet you're still treating this woman right, that man will never joke with you, because men they don't joke with their mom. A man can never joke with their mom, no matter how much love a man has for you, and then you are not treating his mother right. My sister, is a lie. You will end up seeing that love diminishing. It will be dropping. Before you know it, it will drop drastically. Forget this thing that people will be like, what does his mother do for him? I'm the one that is doing everything. And they give him bekus, and they give him this one. Men does not count those things when it comes to their mother. Most men doesn't count it. A man can love you with all his, in fact, he go love you, open a blog go herself, you name hasa. But when it comes to his mother, my sister, so if you want to show your husband how much you love him, you have to start by showing his mother love. So many of you are working. You are working, you're earning money, but for one day, you have never bring out even 2,000 to buy a gift for your mother-in-law. But you constantly buys a gift for your mother. Anytime your husband make mention of giving something to his mother, your body will be peppering you. Have you forgotten that you will someday become a mother-in-law? You will someday become a mother-in-law, and the cup the rice. The same cup can you your own. Do you understand? I know. I will keep on saying this. Some mother-in-laws are very difficult. The same thing is applicable to some daughter-in-laws. They are very difficult, but let us continue to enjoy these people the way we can enjoy our own mother. Enjoy them, show them love. There is a way you will show your mother-in-law love. Even though she never liked you, she will begin to like you. She will begin to love you. She will begin to see you as her own daughter. A daughter-in-law and a mother-in-law supposed to be very close. Learn to show your mother-in-law some love. Quit this she is difficult, she doesn't like me, she this one. That was her trying to protect her son from the onset. And then when you finally comes into the family, go and change that her mentality. Change that her whatever that she felt about you. Let her begin to see that this person is not actually who I thought she is. Do you understand? I love you, and I'll definitely see you in my next one. Do not forget to share this video for me, my people, okay? One love, my people. Cheers.